On the morning of the 5th of August 2010, 33 miners stepped into the maw of the San Jose mine. The shift began like any other 1,000 shifts before it. In the deep galleries, drills hummed rhythmically against the ancient, solid rock. Dust hung thick and heavy in the yellow light of the tunnels. The men worked with the steady confidence of those who know the earth. But deep within the mountain, the balance was shifting. The stone was tired. At exactly 2 p.m., the mountain began to groan, a sound like a dying giant. A massive tremor suddenly ripped through the earth, shaking the very foundations of the world. Millions of tons of rock shattered in a deafening roar, sealing the main exit instantly. The mine plunged into absolute, suffocating darkness. Silence replaced the roar of machinery, a silence so heavy it felt like a weight. One miner, Luis, fumbled with trembling hands for his lamp. The narrow beam flickered to life, revealing nothing but blocked passages and jagged stone in every direction. Panic surged like a physical tide. Men paced the small, hot cavern, their voices echoing as they shouted for help that did not come. They were half a mile down, buried alive in a tomb of granite. In the center of the frantic group, Luis stood tall. He held up a single hand, his voice cutting through the noise. "If we panic, we die," he said firmly. The shouting stopped. In that darkness, they chose order over chaos. They established a strict hierarchy and took a grim inventory of their supplies. They found 2 small cans of tuna, a few biscuits, and meager drops of water leaking from the industrial pipes. They rationed every single crumb with mathematical precision. Each man received only a tiny spoonful of food every 48 hours. Their bodies began to waste away, but their resolve hardened. Above ground, 15 days passed in agonizing silence. Rescue teams drilled blindly, hitting nothing but indifferent stone. On the 17th day, a miracle broke the silence. A drill bit shattered through the ceiling of a cavity half a mile down. When the drill returned to the surface, the world gasped. Taped to the metal was a scrap of paper with bold red letters. "We are well in the shelter, the 33. Hope, once thinning, exploded into a global vigil. But the challenge was just beginning. Engineers worked day and night to design a narrow steel capsule named the Phoenix. It was a needle designed to thread a mountain, navigating a hole only 26 inches wide. Below, the miners did not simply wait. They scrubbed their shelter walls and assigned daily tasks to keep their minds sharp and their spirits intact. They were a team, a family of the deep. Finally, on the 69th day, the Phoenix descended through the narrow shaft. The first man stepped inside the cramped metal tube. As he rose through the dark, the world held its breath. When the hatch finally opened at the surface, he blinked against the blinding, beautiful sunlight. A roar erupted from the crowd that could be heard for miles. It was the sound of the impossible becoming real. One by one, the capsule returned into the earth. 33 times it descended into the dark. 33 times it surfaced into the light of day. Every single man walked out of that mine alive, defying every calculation of probability. They emerged not just as survivors, but as symbols of human endurance. Their story reached across borders and languages, reminding a watching world of the power of unity. They proved that even in the deepest, most crushing darkness, discipline and hope can defy the odds. When the last man was out, the mountain was silent once more, but the light of their survival would never fade. They were the 33, and they were home.